Welcome to this video. I am Dr. Nrubashree. Today I am going to calculate the electric field at a distance set above the midpoint of a line segment of length 2L which has a uniform line charge density lambda. First of all, in order to calculate the electric field, let us draw a line segment of length 2L. For simplicity, here we can choose the midpoint of the line segment to be at the origin O. So the right end of the line segment will be at plus L and the left end will be at minus L. So the total length of the entire line segment will be plus L minus L, that is 2L. Now we have to calculate the electric field at this point, which is at a distance set from the midpoint, at a perpendicular distance from the midpoint O. For simple calculation, let us assume that the line segment is entirely divided into small segments of length dx. Let us consider such a small element dx at a distance x from the origin O. If we have a line segment dx at a distance x from the origin in the left side, similarly we will have its pair at the same distance x in the right side of the midpoint of the line segment. Its length is dx. This small element will produce an electric field at the point which is at distance set from the line segment. We can mark the small electric field due to this small element as dE. Its pair in the right side will also contribute a small electric field dE along this direction. The magnitude of the electric field produced by these two line elements will be the same, but their directions are different. Now we can consider their components. Before that, let us assume that the angle made by the direction of electric field vector as theta with this perpendicular, and this angle will also be theta. If we extend the perpendicular like this, then this angle will also be theta, this angle will also be theta. Now we can consider the horizontal axis. Then the component of DE along this horizontal axis will be theta is here, so this is opposite side, so the component along the horizontal axis is DE sin theta, but the component along the vertical axis is dE cos theta. For this electric field vector, due to the small element in the right side, the horizontal component is dE sin theta, while the vertical component is dE cos theta. Since the magnitude of these two components d sin theta are equal, but their directions are opposite, so these two components cancel out each other, that is the horizontal components cancel out each other. The only remaining component of electric field is along the vertical direction, that is dE cos theta plus dE cos theta, giving a total of 2 dE cos theta. Now we can calculate the total electric field by integrating this small contribution from the line element dx. That is, the total electric field E equal to integral from 0 to L to dE cos theta. Here the limit is from 0 to L because we have chosen a pair of line elements in the two directions. This small element dx will have a charge dq equal to lambda dx. So its contribution to the electric field, or its contribution dE equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 lambda dx divided by distance square. Here we mark this distance as r. So it is lambda 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 lambda dx divided by r square. From the figure we can see that cos theta equal to adjacent side by opposite side. Here the adjacent side is Z, the opposite side is r. From this right angled triangle we can say that r square equal to Z square plus x square. So R equal to Z square plus x square whole raised to half. So making all these substitution in this equation, we get E equal to, we can take 2 outside, 2 times integral 0 to L 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 lambda dx divided by R square, that is Z square plus x square into cos theta. Cos theta is Z divided by R, but R is Z square plus x square whole raised to half. Taking constants outside, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is a constant, lambda is a constant, Z also a constant. So we get 2 lambda Z divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 integral 0 to L dx divided by Z square plus x square whole raised to 3 by 2. Its power is here 1, here half. So the total power is 3 by 2. Again we make another substitution. For that, from this triangle, rectangle triangle, we can say that tan theta equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. Here the opposite side is x and the adjacent side is z. So x equal to z tan theta. Therefore, dx will be equal to z sec square theta d theta. Making this substitution, we get 2 lambda z divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 integral 0 to L z sec square theta d theta divided by z square plus x square whole raised to, z square tan square theta whole raised to 3 by 2. We can take z from this bracket. Taking z square outside of this bracket, we get z cube. Cancelling z here, we get 2 lambda divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 z integral 0 to L sec square theta d theta divided by sec cube theta. Here 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta. Sec square theta whole raised to 3 by 2 will give sec cube theta. So the electric field E equal to 2 lambda divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 z integral 0 to L cos theta d theta. We know that the integral of cos theta is sin theta. So it becomes 2 lambda divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 z into sin theta from 0 to L. From the figure, from the previous figure, we can see that sin theta equal to opposite side by adjacent side, that is opposite side is x, adjacent side is r. By making this substitution in this equation, we get 2 lambda divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 z into x divided by r. We know that r is nothing but z square plus x square whole raised to half over the limit 0 to L. Substituting the limit values, we get for 2 lambda divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 z into L divided by z square plus L square whole raised to half. Or rearranging this equation, we get 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 to lambda L divided by z into z square plus L square whole raised to 1 by 2. This is the expression for the electric field due to a straight line conductor at a distance set above the midpoint. Now we can consider 2 limiting cases. The first one is z very much greater than L. When Z is very much greater than L, we get Z square plus L square approximately equal to Z square. We can neglect the L square in the denominator. So the equation for electric field changes to E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2 lambda L divided by Z into Z square whole raised to half, that is Z square. From this equation we can make a conclusion that when the distance is far above from the line segment, we will feel the line segment or we can see the electric field as a contribution from a point charge of charge Q equal to 2L into lambda, 2 lambda L. So when the distance Z is far above from the line segment, we feel only it as a point charge. The other limiting case is L very much greater than Z or L tends to infinity. If the line charge has an infinite extension, then the equation for electric field becomes E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2 lambda L divided by Z into Z square plus L square tends to L square. So it will become Z into L, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2 lambda divided by Z. This is the equation for the electric field at a distance Z from an infinitely long straight conductor of line charge density lambda. Thank you for watching this video. If you are watching this video for the first time, please subscribe this channel and press the bell button after subscribing this channel. Once again, thank you for watching this video.